Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgradeToLife.com, and welcome to this quote of the week video, which will touch base again on the topic of the how. So you've heard me many times explain to you that the how should not be your concern, that the how, right, how you bridge the gap from where you are right now, from your present life circumstances, from the things that you currently have manifested and the things that you're currently identified with, to your desired circumstances, you're experiencing your manifestations and the things you want, that this period in between, in a sense, is not up to you. What exactly happens is not up to you. I told that many times. Neville told that many times. I'm sure you've heard this been said in the community many times. But the question is, why is this the case? Why is the how not your concern? So with this video here, with this quote, I want to point out again that the how doesn't matter, and what you should do, and why the how does not matter. So with that, let us go into the quote right now. And this is what Neville Goddard said. Just how this desire or newly attained consciousness will embody itself, no man knows. For I, or the newly attained consciousness, right, this state that you've shifted into, has ways that you know not of. Its ways are past finding out. Do not speculate as to the how of this consciousness embodying itself, for no man is wise enough to know the how. And here's the key sentence of this quote. Speculation is proof that you have not attained to the naturalness of being the thing desired, and so you're filled with doubts. Let us go through this step by step here, right? It's very straight to the point in my opinion, very simple. But again, first of all, the statement, right? How this gap is closed, right? You're here right now. This is your desired state. You start to shift in it. You start to identify with it. You start to imagine that you have it. You start to, whatever methods you do, whatever things you apply to go into that end state. It's just all are just tools to, gain the naturalness, to gain the conviction, to shift into the end state of having it, of being it. And then once you're in it, what happens in between, meaning internally you are already it, internally you already have achieved it, internally you already stand at the end, but physically, externally, it's still not there yet. But then what happens to bridge the gap, to move you like externally, for things to happen externally so that you end up externally where you right now already stand internally? This how, right? How this will embody itself, and the exact in-between steps that you will take, the people that will come to you, things that will mold around you, just these details, no man knows, right? And this new state that you shift into has ways that are past finding out. I made a video a while ago called "This State Has All the Means Necessary to Perfectly Express Itself." Meaning, if you shift into the end state, you define your goal, you know what you want, you have the desires that you have. Everyone has its own desires. You have your desires, so you know what you want. Then you define that. You said, "This is what I want." You occupied it. You start to shift into that. You start to identify with that and make it natural. Once you shift into the end state of the wish fulfilled of having that, how that state moves you, the actions you will be inspired to do, the impulses you will get, the things you will do, the things that will be manifested to help you, express that state. The state has all the means within itself. You don't have to, come up with your own ideas as long as you remain in the end state. I made a video on this. It's very powerful, called the state has all the means necessary to express itself. So please check out this video. I linked it above right now. It's very powerful. So do not speculate, right? How this newly attained consciousness, this newly attained feeling of the wish fulfilled, this state of having it, of being it, how this will embody itself, right? For no man is wise enough on this level, right? And from your current state, you can't come up with the right ideas because your current state is limited. The state that you're in right now is not the same state that you're in with the wish fulfilled. So if you are in the state of the wish fulfilled, if you shift into having it, into being it, making this natural, you change your internal world, you change your identity, you change your self-concept, right? That new state, that new identity, there you have it. There you will be, fed with the right thoughts, the right impulses, the right emotions, the right actions, the right manifestations that will all come from that new state, right? The state is always the core. And once you shift that core, that identity level, then you will have new ideas, the right thoughts, the right actions you take, the right automatic manifestations that will happen from that state. But how that exactly happens from this current level, from your current state, you can't come up with that, right? And sometimes this feels painful because we learn in this world that we have to have the perfect plan, that we have to, nitpick every little thing in between the way. But I'm here today to tell you that you don't need this when consciously manifesting. That is why we want to use this principle, imagining creates reality, consciously, because then all of these questions about the how fall away. Why should I worry about the how if I can right now be at the end? Then how is the how still relevant for me if I'm right now in the wish fulfilled internally? How could I still even question about the how and which action to take? Again, if you still worry about which action to take, watch the video I did called Should I Take Action When Consciously Manifesting? And there you will learn that once you are in the end state, every question about what should I do next? Should I take option A or B? Is this an inspired action? Should I do this? What about this? It falls away, it will trickle away, it will fade away the more you go into the end. So you make this practical. Let's say you want to manifest a relationship, you go into the end state. You feel fulfilled, you feel you have it, you feel in the wish fulfilled, there is no more doubt, question, worry. No more question about what you should do next. Then let's say 3 days later, something triggers you, you fall out of that. And then you're not sure. Should I meet this person? Should I reach out? Should I start to date new people? Should I go to this location because there are a lot of people that I can potentially date? Would you still ask this question? Would you still worry if you would have achieved the relationship, if you would already live in the relationship? No. So what do? You go back to inwardly be in the end. And then if you then meet new people, if then, someone just randomly texts you or things just happen automatically, that's not up to you. But speculation, and that is the sentence here, speculation, worrying, doubts, not being sure what to do next, is proof, is the subtle statement in and of itself that you have not attained the naturalness, that you have not really shifted into the wish fulfilled, that you're not living in the end, right, of being the thing desired. And so therefore you're filled with doubts. Therefore you're not sure what to do. If you want to increase your business, right, you also, should I take that action? Should I get this new employee? Should I follow this business strategy? Should I do this, this, and that? Should I reach out, get new clients? If you want a better job, should I apply this job? Should I apply that company? Right? If you ask that, then that just means that you don't have it yet. But when would these questions fall away? When would the speculation fall away? The speculation, the doubts, the not being sure what action to take, all of that would fall away if you would already have your goal. Because if you would already have the goal manifested, you would not be like, oh, what should I do? No, you would have no doubts because you would already have it. But you can first inwardly have it and inwardly make it natural. And therefore, the doubts and questions will also fall away. And then you will get the right impulses. You will get the right ideas. Like Neville said, everything that happens automatically. As soon as you remain in the end, and when you fall out of the end, you go into the end state again, make it natural again, hear the congratulation again, experience the wish fulfilled again, imagine the end scene again, use I remember when again, use the eavesdropping technique again. You'll find all of the techniques on my channel. Use whatever resonates with you, but once you go to the end again, you can't ask at the same time, what should I do? Because the end is the end. The end is where we begin. I have a video called The End is Where We Begin. You should also check this one out. Because again, the end is where the solution lies. The end is where the satisfaction lies. The end is where the wish fulfilled lies. So we want to go to the end. And in the end, there is no speculation, no worrying about the how, no doubts, no fears. And then you will really understand that the how simply doesn't matter. And also notice this relief that you get when you understand that the how is not your concern, and it should not be your concern. You cannot perfectly work out the how. But what you can do, because you possess that power, is you can go to the end. Even though it's not here yet manifested, you can internally go to the end, view the world from that end, identify with that end, occupy that end state, assume that end state via your imagination, via the many techniques that are out there. And don't, do what anyone tells you, because just someone tells you, oh, I got my result with this technique. I got my results with this technique. You can use any technique, but see what the technique and tools do. They're simply tools to maneuver you, to shift you, to identify with the end state, with having it, with being it, which will then, as a confirmation, as you know by now, come in form of the manifestation, right? So that's it, right? Worrying about the how indicates that you're still doubting, that you still are not in the state of the wish fulfilled. So as soon as you worry about the how, that is the key point, that is the action step. As soon as you worry about the how, as soon as you have questions again, you have doubts again, you worry about if you can do this or not, of how it will play out, that's a subtle statement that it's not natural for you, that you're not living in the end at this moment. So as soon as you then go back to the end and experience the end again, and you live in the wish fulfilled again, you will see that the question about the how will fall away. And when you remain in that state, you will be led perfectly across a bridge of incidents that you can't come up with your rational, chronological, limited thinking mind, that will lead you to experience this manifestation. Okay? So if you have any questions on that, leave them in the comments down below. Also, let me know what you think about this quote and this whole topic of the how. Definitely check out the videos I linked in this video. And if you need more help, more insights, more understanding to this whole framework and the application of it, just check out the two links in the video description and pinned comments. One is my free masterclass. One is a free 45-minute consultation call that you can apply for to find out if we are a good fit to work together in my program. That's it. Talk to you soon. Talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.